and her name is Elven. She's born in Leo. She's a Leo cat, born in the year of the tiger. It's a good one. We're surrounded by cats. So?
You know, you'd also mentioned about the changes in the weather patterns, which I saw on RT today, where the jet streams are really shifting around.
Yeah, jet stream crossing the equator. That's going to be chaos. Yes, we've discussed this for years. Of course, over all of this story, you have to factor in Saturn, Neptune alignments. Anything related to alignment to Neptune, by definition, is going to be altering to the weather. So sure, we're going to have what we discussed, 100 years at least of Earth changes, dramatic sun activity, sea level changes, all of it, you name it. That's happening all around us very rapidly. This could go on for a long, long time. The peak of the activity, I would say, is in 2025, when Saturn and Neptune come together at the cusp of Pisces and Aries. So that's in July 2025. Now, I've given a lot of dates in fast succession. Again, you can just look at it at newmindtech.org. I have a long outlook of 5 to 20 years in there. In little chapters, of course, in our network, and in private we discuss year by year and issue by issue.
And I know you had tied it in previously to a particular alignment. Can you talk more about that?
Yes, the astrological alignment is the mutable Grand Cross, okay? Jupiter in Virgo, the opposition to Neptune in Pisces. Neptune in Pisces is going to be for 10 more years, water events, possibly catastrophic stuff, or everything has to do with water, oil, illusions. There's also good stuff in the spirituality. Anyway, in the alignment we're in, everything is mutable now and for a long time. So you have Jupiter, opposite Neptune, and across you have Saturn in Sagittarius, and then the Gemini planets whenever they cruise in, usually the moon, like right now. And so we're in a mutable cross, and in those currents you see those moments of spiking and chaotic, potentially chaotic weather activity. If this goes on with a jet stream crossing the equator, we're in for a funny time. But Elven's cool. Hey there, boy. So, what else do you want to ask?
Would you say,
yes?
Astrologically, that these Earth change cycles are natural?
This is difficult to measure by astrology because we don't really know when Earth changes were, but it must be just cyclical in some manner, right? That you have alignments towards the stars. I would compare it towards fixed stars, and that's no longer astrology, that's astrophysics. So for instance, right now we have Pluto opposite the fixed star Sirius. That's been going on already for 2 years because Pluto's very slow. We're still in the middle of this opposition. And then you can relate these planets, particularly Neptune, as to weather changes towards the fixed stars. So I would simply say at the moment we're in it for at least 20 years, but possibly longer.
But how does the current jet stream crossing the equator relate to the astrology, the planetary astrology happening at the moment, right now, in this time?
Yes, in this moment, at 2016, we have anyway very loaded alignments. On top of it, we're in the year of the monkey, fire monkey. On top of it, we have Mars just now starting direct motion at 24 Scorpio, heart of Scorpion, going over the fixed star Aldebaran in line of it. I think the Chinese call it the dragon position. Anyway, it's known in the East and the West that the alignment we're under now, when you look at it hundreds and hundreds of years into history, like when the Turks were defeated, same alignment, etc. There's a whole study about this. So we are on top of the Mars alignments in the Jupiter and the Neptune alignments that have magnified all of the Earth changes that we're talking about right now in 2016. So yes, you can relate planetary alignments by comparing weather patterns. This means in this alignment with Mars and retrograde and Aldebaran, long story short, is actually those who do something wrong or for the wrong purpose. It's hard to explain. The attacker gets actually tripped over. if the attacker is not doing the job for society. In other words, if somebody comes in to topple a legally elected government, like was attempted in China, and this kind of stuff is still going on, then you will see those forces trying to purge the situation, taken out by themselves. That's what the astrology says. Recently in China, and then in Turkey, in a way too, right? They did some pretty bizarre moves after Putin and the Turkish president had agreements about the gas pipelines, etc. Then all this happened. Okay.
So what is the big picture for 2020?
Big picture. Okay, well, the Capricorn alignment means a reset of the structure of the governments of society. And really what's coming about is a new science, social science of collective consciousness. This will be taught at universities in 20 years. It's beginning now. There's a whole new understanding of what society is about. That's the big picture. And that has then ramifications in economic affairs, how we're going to manage each other with the systems, the currencies and all that stuff. Maybe we should make a bracket here for black budget, because there is two systems functioning. Right? We need to understand there is a outside system that we can have a part in with governments and stuff, but then there is a hidden side of world budgets that is more related to extraterrestrial technology transfers and things like that. So you have two societies going on, and the astrology I'm measuring is really with the human society, but you have to keep in mind the other stuff is going on as well. But what's coming about for the humans here over the next, say, 10, 20, 40 years is what I said, a whole new science of consciousness and of behavior of mankind. That's the big picture. And you had another question?